Hello and welcome. Today I'm gonna show you a birthday card that I made for my boyfriend's grandfather. And you may be wondering, well, if it's grandfather, why do you have two numbers here? Well, you see, my boyfriend's grandfather, his wife had died and he has started dating again, so he has a new lady friend. They are not like married or anything, but they are like a couple. So my boyfriend's grandfather and his lady friend has a birthday upcoming. My boyfriend's grandfather is turning 80 and his lady friend is turning 75. So my boyfriend requested a card for both of them, but it should be a card with both of their numbers together. So I made this one card, and it is maybe a little bit childish perhaps, but I tried to make another card, but my boyfriend said it was too serious. So he said it should be something funny because they are relatives. What is it called? Oh, they are relatives. Yeah, relatives. So it should be something funny. It shouldn't be too serious. So I came up with this idea. This is a round card, sort of round, because you open it up like this. And here you have the greeting. I'm gonna write the names here. I just have to check that I don't spell them the wrong way. So that's why I haven't put their names here. But it is a kind of funny theme. There's a little mouse there sitting in a coffee cup or maybe a teacup. And then you have a balloon that says 75 and it's pink because she's pink. She's girly. I mean, she's a woman. And then there's a blue one because he's a boy, so it's like, or he's a man, so it's 80 for him. And if you feel these are actually, I've used them before, they are napkins. So to make these, if you haven't checked my napkin tutorial, I will put a link in the description so you can go and check how to make paper out of napkins. So I thought it would be funny to have a coffee theme and to have napkins in the background and some coffee theme on the inside. And when I started to make this card, it was really easy. All my cards are easy, so I don't make any hard stuff. So to start out, I went to the internet and I looked for something, a coffee, and I found this picture of a mouse sitting in a coffee cup. And I thought, whoa, that's gonna be great. And I saw that it was a stamp, and I thought, well, since I'm only gonna make one of each card because my relative circle is pretty small, so now all the relatives are gonna see this card, so I can't really make another card with the same stamp and give it to somebody else because it's gonna be like, oh, well, I already saw that stamp. So I did something bad. I saved the stamp and I printed it out like this. So I haven't bought the stamp, I just saw it online. You can usually Google around, find pictures, and if they are black and white like this, you can just print them out. It's not really legal, I think, I'm not sure, but I'm not making many of those. I'm just making one. I just wanted to see the size. As you can see, this is a bigger one, this is middle one, and this was the smaller one. I wanted to see which one to use, so that's why I printed out 3. But I ended up with the middle one because this one would have been too big and that one was too small, but that one was just the perfect size. I don't know what size it is, I just randomly took a size that I thought would fit. And when you do this, you have to remember to print out in watercolor paper. And if it's possible, you should use a laser printer because that way it won't smear. If you use an inkjet printer and you put water on it, the colors will smear and even the black one will smear. So use a laser printer because laser printers use pulver, small dust particles, and it heats it up. It's sort of like embossing. It heats it up and it gets stuck here, the color. So it's not really any ink, it's more like small pulver particles that are heated up and sticking to the paper. So try to use a laser printer and use watercolor paper if you're gonna colorate it. So I took this one and then I used my colors. Here again they are by Distress Ink by Tim Holtz Rangers, and I just put one little drop of each colors. I use broken china for the blue one, the red one is worn lipstick, the green one is, I think it's called peeled paint, the yellowed one is, might it be mustard seed, and the orange one is dried mandarin, I think. What else did I use? Oh, the brown one is tea dye. So I think that was all the colors that I used for this, and I just went around with this pencil. This is a H2O pencil. You put water inside it, you can see the little bubble there, kind of big bubble, and it comes water out, so you just take a little bit of color and then you just draw with it. It's like a watercolor brush. They have different sizes. This is big, small, and medium. I think this is a small or maybe medium. But then I just let it dry, and as you can see, it glitters a little bit as well. It has some glitters on it, the mouse and the candles and the cup. And that I did with, oh, I love these. These are amazing Stardust your glitter gel pen. So I used there by Jelly Rolls, the originals, and I used these have some glitter inside, and I love them. They are perfectly excellent for making small details, so I use them to create this glitter on top of the mouse and the candles. If you can see there, it has some glitter, sparkly glitter. It really gives it a nice touch. And then the sides here around the picture, I took some tea dye and I just went around making it darker. I also did that on the base, and on the everything here that I made, I put some darker on it, and also on the back side and also on the inside, so it would be nicer looking. And after I had that one, I let it dry. And the next step I did was taking the sheets of tissue paper. These are like napkins or tissues, and I have made paper out of them. You can see the other video, so you know how to do that. But they are fabric, so you feel fabric on this side and normal paper on the other. And I cut out some circles. And now you're thinking, oh, she has a really big punch, or maybe a cricket. No, I don't. You have to look around in your house to have stuff to cut out big circles and smaller circles. For the small circles, I use this. This is actually ice cream cup. So I just put it there like that. I draw around with a pencil, and I cut out with normal scissors. And that's how I got. So this is an ice cream cup. Nothing to do with crafting, but excellent to use. And for the bigger circle, I used a CD box. This is a CD box that I have transferred into a stamp box. It has these stamps inside, and I used the bigger side, and I just put it down, and once again used my pencil, draw around, and cut it out with scissors. So look around in your house what kind of stuff you have, and if they're round or shaped like hearts or ovals or something, try to use them. You don't need a really big punch. You can use these or anything you have at home. And then I went around the lines here again with some tea dye, and I cut out some white paper as well on the background, and I made it a little bit bigger than the tissue paper, and I cut it out with scalloped scissors. Fun Cut. It doesn't really have a brand, but you know, scalloped scissors, to get that nice little scalloped edge. And then I just use a pencil, a black pencil, and made those small dots there, those black dots. And then I just glue them on top of each other with double-sided glue or double-sided adhesive. My advanced tape glider, I really love it. So I put them together. Also this little mouse, and then with a 1-inch punch I punched out a circle of pink paper and a circle of blue paper, and I glued on, these are just normal stickers with numbers on, so I glued on 80 and I glued on 75. Again, I took the tea dye and went around the corners, well, not really corners, it's a circle, but went around the circle, and with black gel pen I drew a little mini triangle underneath it, and then I drew a line, so it's supposed to be like a balloon. And the same thing here, a little triangle and a bow or a ribbon or something, a string that comes from the balloon. And then I used again my amazing Stardust gel pens, and I put some blue on it, so you can see it glitters a little bit, the string that comes from the balloon, and same here, it glitters a little bit. And then I just glue everything on top of each other. The greeting here, onnen toivotukset teille tuomme ja kaikkea hyvää teille Suome. It means that we are bringing you happiness and we wish you everything well, everything nice and fun and stuff. And that one I also printed out with my computer. And the font here is a free font. It's called Minua Noelle. And you can Google it and you can download it and install it on your computer, and then you will get the exactly same font as this. It looks a little bit like a stamp. I didn't have a stamp that says this greeting, so that's why I printed it out on the computer. So Minua Noelle. It's a free font and it looks like this. And again I drew these lines here with a black pen, and I drew those small dots with black pen, went around it with tea dye, and I glued it onto this piece of paper here. And I'm not gonna try to say it because I forgot the name, but I'm gonna write it here what it's called, this paper that is scalloped. I keep forgetting the name of it, but it was white paper, and I went around the corners with the tea dye so it became a little bit brown. And that's pretty much how I made the front. Oh, if you wonder, this big card, I didn't use any kind of template for that one. I probably should have, because as you can see, it's not perfectly round, it's a little bit zigzaggy, and the same thing here. I'm sure you can do a lot better job than me. And also here I left it flat so it could stand up like this on a table or something. If it would be round, it would probably be wiggling around, maybe, I'm not sure, but I left it like that. And the same thing up here, because you are gonna open it up, so that's why it's not round here and it's not round here. So I just free-handedly made a big circle, semicircle. You could use a template for that to make it not so jaggy and to make it more symmetrical on the sides, but I didn't do that. Then on the inside here with scalloped nuts, are really, it's wavy scissors. I cut out a little piece of blue and a little piece of pink of the tissue paper, napkin paper, and I glued them here with double-sided tape. I also drew some small black dots in the middle of them, sort of to just match the backs to front side and the inside. Onnea means congratulations. It's a stamp, not a stamp, it's a sticker. And you can write your greeting here, and here you have a coffee or maybe a tea and two cups. And those are actually stamp set by Don't Mind This Sinelli, is a Finnish shop. So they are just the shop's brand, but the stamp brand is Megilo, and both are Megilo. And from this one, does it have any other name? I don't think so. Megilo, and that one is the coffee pot, and here you have the cup. So I just made that one, and with black gel pen I just drew those lines so it would become smoky. And that's pretty much the card. It is funny. You can of course give it to a child as well, you don't have to give it to an adult, but I thought it would be fitting to a grandfather and his lady friend. Yeah, so if you have any questions, please let me know, and thank you for watching, and I wish you all a great day. See ya, bye bye, thank you.